powered by Riverside.
Playing Purdue right now is like going back on Thanksgiving weekend to your hometown and
Ooh.
seeing your girlfriend that you were like not obsessed with, but was like maybe a little bit out of your league at one point, and then coming back and being like, "Oh man, I went to college. I've
What happened to
upgraded.
you?
She's living in like a trailer park.
What happened to you and David?
She's been pregnant with a 7-foot baby, like those type of things.
Man.
Like it's getting a little awkward how lopsided this rivalry is, that literally no Purdue fans engage in anything regarding football at the moment.
They're out. They're so done. Listen, game recognized game. I've pulled for years the we're on to basketball. Like, talk to me about basketball. You're not anything. In 49 other states, it's just basketball. Like, Purdue is they are totally gone on that. I cannot wait to see the crowd in that stadium on Friday. It's going to be a great sight to see.
Well, can we look around and just like commit, like all of us Trust Tree Indiana fans? I mean, we're matching for this podcast because it's bucket game week, and we got to wear red. You got to do a crimson out at Ross 8.
Right.
If we ever get back to that point, which I don't think Signetti and his coaching tree that inevitably will replace Signetti will allow us to get to that point. But if we do, let's just still be interested in football. Football is a great sport regardless. And if I'm a Purdue fan, I have an opportunity to do the funniest thing ever this weekend.
Yeah,
and I would lean into that totally. There's no pressure.
You just have to. Yeah, this is spoiler week. It's got to be like, I don't care, Barry Odom, do the triple reverses, start the game with the onside kick, never punt. Who cares?
Never.
Like,
Who
you
cares?
already lost 66-0 last year. Yeah. Who cares? Like, might as well just go for it every time. Like, they should send a 12-person blitz just to see what happens. Like, that's exactly what I would be doing.
Like the Colts did against the Patriots that time.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Just see, like, can we get them this time?
Can we do it? Let's try something.
I would do everything.
You are listening to the Kirkwood and Dunn podcast. I am Trent.
I'm Tim.
And we are here to talk about the bucket game. Baby, it's here. It's the 12th game of the season. Your Hoosiers are 11-0, going for a record undefeated season. We're already breaking records. We're so many times in the Signetti era. We're going, this is a first. But honestly, who cares about the record at this point? If we can go win 66-0 again, I am a happy man. Because you got to keep losing teams losing. And that's what Purdue is. They're a loser program with a loser head coach and a loser team.
It's high time that Indiana actually starts like beating out Purdue for the attention and notoriety in Indiana, like across the Midwest. Like, we are at a great place now. This has been an unbelievable sort of 2-year run now from Signetti to like transform. It feels like not even the appropriate level of word, but to like really transform the Indiana football program. But like, we need to not let a shadow of a doubt creep in. This needs to be like, no, we run the state. We run this region basically with Ohio State and Michigan. Like, no. You're not part of the big boys club. We're at the big boys club now.
It's so funny because like when I first got here and started really getting invested in Indiana football, Jeff Brom had it up and running at Purdue. And people were like,
the ghost of Joe Tiller is back. Like,
yes.
Let's go. Cradle quarterbacks, baby.
And even in that time, Tom Allen, like, who was a good recruiter, we lost out on recruits to Purdue. We won, I think, a 2019 bucket game. There's been other moments that Indiana has had during that era, but like the best coach, best or second best coach in Purdue history couldn't dominate Indiana like Indiana has the opportunity to do after Signetti, like sends Ryan Walters to the unemployment line like last year. Literally ruined all
See you
chances of
later.
Ryan Walters ever probably being a P4 head coach ever again.
Yeah.
And this is what Cignetti wants to do. He cares about these things. And when Barry Odom this summer in July is like talking shit about Cignetti's scheduling philosophy, and Indiana's still number 2 in the college football playoff, going back to back-to-back college football playoffs. You have national podcasts not even talking about the Indiana Purdue game because they're like, there is no chance.
Right. Set. Already set.
Keep crushing them. Keep crushing
It's
them.
great. It's great. It's great to live in a world where people have already planned Indiana in the Big Ten championship game, like, and have for basically weeks. Been like, well, yeah, we can look at scenarios for if Ohio State loses at Michigan, or if Oregon, runs the table, maybe they could get back into it, and everybody's just signed, sealed, delivered. No, Indiana's there. It's the Indiana Hoosiers that are winning 12 games a year now. So it's been an incredible run for us. I am telling you, like, there's a real chance that we'll see what happens with Purdue, but like they're going to be relegated to second tier, third tier status in the Big Ten real quick. And like they'll be behind Michigan State, who even kind of really sucks. They'll be behind Illinois for sure now. Like Illinois had a little bit of a run here with Beck Bielema. Northwestern hasn't looked all that bad of late. Wisconsin, I guess, is spending more money. Like, where does Purdue fall in the hierarchy of the Big Ten? I guess they're above Rutgers.
Yeah. Well,
that might be it.
When Indiana and Purdue were
Minnesota,
down,
maybe. Like,
when Indiana and Purdue were down, we always looked at, well, you got Notre Dame in state, right? You've got 3 big time schools in state, and it's there. Now Purdue's like left on this lonely island of like, oh, there's 2 nationally relevant programs in my state, and I have to recruit against that. Like, we're the only. Check me on this, Twitter, whatever. I think we are the only state in the Big Ten outside of the state of California that has 3 high major programs in its state. Like, that's what makes it really tough to win in Indiana. Then you add on top of that the other 2 are going to back-to-back college football playoffs, most likely, if Notre Dame makes it. And you've got Barry Odom as your coach. I grew up in Kansas City. I remember when Barry Odom replaced Gary Pinkel at Missouri. I remember how much their fans hated their boy. This guy was one of their own. He was the defensive coordinator on the teams that took Missouri to the SEC championship when they first joined the conference, in the East Division, and the SEC was so bad. He takes over as head coach. He's gone in like 4 years. Like, he was so bad, his own program looked at him and goes, yeah, I think I can upgrade with the alpha nerd out at App State.
Purdue is a real scrap heaps type of place now. Like, it's a thank you for your leftovers, sir. Really appreciate it. I guess we'll try to make this work. We'll talk ourselves into it. They've got, the basketball team's good. Good for them, I guess. We'll see how well that goes for them come March. But like, they've got nothing going for them. And I, for one, am happy that we are just dominating the bucket series. Finally, thank you, Kurt Cignetti, again, our Lord and Savior.
So it's funny because the only other P4 job now Ryan Walters probably could get is Purdue, but they'll never hire Ryan Walters back. Like, that's how bad they are. That like they're gonna hire retreads like Barry Odom for the rest of their time.
They're gonna play in the retread, catch a guy as he's coming down off of his descent. Yeah.
So here we are. Okay, well, we'll get into the game in particular, but that segment was called Talk Shit on Purdue on our agenda. So that's there. Hey, Tim, there's some Big Ten scenarios here. I want to point out that we're going to talk about individual games in the Big Ten in the second segment as we wrap up this short preview. But I do want to say, if we are sitting here with, I think there was 7 different scenarios, Indiana was going to go to the Big Ten championship game in 5 of those scenarios. There are the loss to Purdue. If you win against Purdue, you are in. If you haven't seen that, like, we win, we are in. If we lose, we all need to become Ohio State fans, because that's the only way one of the only ways that we would get in regardless.
Yeah.
all things being considered, as an Indiana fan this weekend, we'll talk about those games in a second. What are you rooting for to happen? Are you like Ohio State, go beat Michigan and let's play Ohio State again? Or are you rooting for chaos with Michigan beating Ohio State and then whatever happens to that Oregon-Washington game?
I think I'm loosely rooting for Ohio State to go beat Michigan. If only because I really want the opportunity. And I think Indiana has done a great job for the most part of dispelling any sort of national narratives, things that were present last season, and about their legitimacy, whatever else. I just, if Indiana's going to win the Big Ten championship game, like assuming that, I just want that to be viewed as the best possible sort of win and outcome, right? So I want Ohio State to look legitimate. If Ohio State looks like, oh, wait, we actually really haven't played anybody. We got Texas week 1 at home, and that was a bad game. Wait a second, Julian Sayin actually isn't all that good of a quarterback. Oh, wait a second. Our defense is good-ish, but like, nope, we're not like the 99 Ravens, like, oh, then Indiana wins, and then it just becomes a like, well, nobody's good in college football, and SEC just has depth. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. So I would say that I guess I'm rooting for a good Ohio State win. But that's, I think, relatively loose. After Purdue, Ohio State is number 2 on my hate list. So I really also don't wish them well, generally speaking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you there. Like, I cannot, even if like Michigan or Indiana like shocks the world and loses to Purdue, I don't think I still could root for Ohio State to beat Michigan. I'd probably be at that point like, hey, let's just get a break here. Let's
Get another
skip the
bye
Big
week.
Ten championship game. Yeah, because I just living here in Ann Arbor, my wife works at the University of Michigan. I always hated Ohio State. Then you move here and you're like, oh my God, I hate Ohio State.
Yeah.
So I can't root for them at all. Having said that, yeah, I would totally take playing Oregon or Michigan again. Like that, of course, I'm going to take that option because I want to win a Big Ten championship game and I want the easiest path possible. We talked about this last week. You take the easiest path possible. I don't care if I'm playing G5 schools. I don't care if I'm playing just the weakest SEC school, and they make fun of me that we just for years, like we're the weakest national champion ever. That would be fantastic. I will take being the weakest national championship champion in the history of college football. Do not care.
Flags fly forever, right? Like,
yes.
I would be getting the freaking like banner that we would make for that national championship team tattooed on me in like 6 places. Like, I would need it on both arms. I'd probably need like a nice neck tattoo of that. Like, I would get like an ankle tattoo. Doesn't matter. I would put it everywhere.
Yeah.
If we won the national title.
It's a content idea right there. I like that. I like that. Are you going on record right now that if Indiana wins the national championship, you will get a tattoo?
Oh man.
We are video recording this too, so like
that's not a good idea.
This is gonna get clipped.
My mouth is writing checks that I can't cash. No, I'm not going to go on record.
Oh, Tim.
No. Maybe. But like, what
I
is
marked
it?
that clip, by the way. I am totally cutting that up and being like, will Tim get a tattoo?
Yeah, that would be, I don't know. I'm not a tattoo guy. I'm a blank canvas, okay? As white as can be. I am a blank canvas. So if I did, I would also have to I'd have to really commit to them being a tattoo guy. Like,
you get one. It's a slippery slope.
Right. You gotta then I gotta go in a little bit more, and I don't know that I'm there yet. But listen, I'm gonna inject this in the middle of our football conversation. Basketball team looks pretty good. Dan DeVries might have figured out a little bit of how to coach a little basketball. If we go, if we can do something else, then I might really lean in. But
are you going on the record that if we win a basketball national championship, you'll get a tattoo, but you won't with football?
No, I'm saying if we win both, if we win football and basketball, then I'm just gonna get a
Tim is on the record. If they win
tattoo.
football and they win basketball, Tim will get a tattoo.
Yeah.
Okay. And
But
it's gonna
if
be
we
like March. It's gonna be March. We're gonna be like coming off the high of our national championship, and you're gonna be like, well, if baseball can
Yeah.
find some pitching and win the College World Series,
Listen,
like
what'll really happen is if men's basketball wins the national championship along with football, but loses the Big Ten tourney championship, then no,
yeah.
it's null and void. We're back out. We got to
If
win the Big Ten
2026
tourney.
men's soccer can win their 9th title, Tim will get a tattoo.
2027 swimming and diving, Big Ten conference semis meet. Let's
Oh
get
man.
it.
Well, Tim, it is one of those things that there's different scenarios. We probably most likely will be playing Ohio State. That's what the most likely scenario is, even if there is a upset in that game. It's just it's going to be wild, and I know you're excited. I know fans are excited. I was listening to some Indiana podcasts, and there was talk about like is the alumni association doing stuff, and the answer is yes. I know they have a full plan. Like my inside sources tell me they have a full plan about both in Indy and the first quarterfinal game, wherever that location might be, and then there on out.
Yeah.
So I am very excited for what Indiana's doing. And like honestly, go the Indiana's website, the foundation's website, the alumni website, and update your information. Like go sign into My IU, which is
Yeah,
their
go get
login portal.
get
Yeah,
text
go update it.
alerts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like go
listen,
do
we're
that.
at a place now. Like we need to bring our fandom to match the level of our actual
Yeah.
teams. Like
Yeah.
our fandom could be a little bit more passive and wait and see beforehand. We need to be collectively like on top of this a lot more.
Which brings me to my next subject. Will Indiana sell out sometime? No, I'm just kidding. All right, that's a callback. Okay, let's talk about the bucket game itself. That is obviously we got to win that game. This is what I love people that have like jumped into my mentions on Twitter and they're like, I can't believe you just think Purdue, like you can't take anything for granted. Like you never know. It's college football. I'm
No,
like,
you can't
I
take it for
I
granted.
I can. I don't care.
Yes.
I'm a shit talker on Twitter. Like that's what I do. Like it does not affect the football team. It
Yeah.
does not matter. Signetti's not sitting around going, I wonder what at ST McGee is thinking about Purdue. Is he too confident going into this game? Like
Right.
no one
Yeah.
cares. No one cares. So
Yeah, we're not talking about the 28.5-point spread.
Yeah.
That's a very different conversation. But winning, like I'm looking at ESPN FPI is 97% chance to win the game. Like, what are we talking
Yes.
about, people? No, this is a win. Flat out. Just book it. Meet me outside of Lucas Oil on December 6th. Say what's up.
2 true freshmen, Byron Baldwin Jr. And Davion Chandler. Receiver is Davion Chandler, same high school at Lawrence North as Omar Cooper Jr. And then Byron Baldwin Jr. obviously our prized recruit last year.
Yeah.
And we got him committed safety. Maybe we get another safety here. Matt Sieg, December 3rd.
You're going to be heartbroken if that doesn't happen. You are
heartbroken.
Thirst trapping over on Twitter about Matt Sieg. Like,
by the way, I went on 24/7 because I do like their recruiting stuff a lot, and I went to see if I could sign up for 24/7, and it asked me what school that I want to do. Well, as everyone knows, it's the website that cannot be named on the show that 24/7 does, and I was like, maybe I'll sign up for K-State's.
You're
so then I
such
can like go to K-State's and then I can go read Indiana stuff. But
you hate Peegs that much that you're like, I'm gonna go sign up as another school.
I will.
And
it
then
will hurt
just
my
go search
brand.
on IU
it will
stuff.
hurt my brand if it says I'm a Peegs member. Like that, I cannot do that. Like I have a reputation to uphold that I cannot become a Peegs member. I signed up for Hoosier Huddle after the Jamie Jordan conversation. Everyone should do that. It's $30 for an entire year.
Yeah.
Like that's
inside
like
the hall.
nothing.
Yeah, there you go.
No. Who's your huddle? Who's your huddle?
I'm saying like I'm giving other IU sites to like go sign up.
No, and I'm telling you, no, don't do that. And who's your huddle? Like,
okay.
Yeah, don't drink on one Saturday, and you can pay for a Who's Your Huddle membership and join that community. So it's I've been looking at that because you're right. I am like locked in on recruiting. Roster construction though is really, really important. Byron Baldwin Jr. and Davion Chandler are looking at a fourth game or fifth game here, which would put them at redshirt limits.
Yeah.
You and I don't know what he's going to do. You and I speculated Byron Baldwin Jr. should have set Wisconsin and played Purdue. If Cignetti plays those two, what does that say about Cignetti's mindset in terms of roster construction to you?
I think it says that like he's committed to them being big parts of the team next year. Actually, that like by go ahead and burning the red shirt, which like is okay, like kind of a thing. I don't really actually think it's that big of a deal for these level of talents. You know, for your sort of random, not even ESPN top 500 3-star. Yeah, let's keep the red shirt in. You know, linemen, we need you to bulk up. Like, let's just spend this time here. But like athletes, true like outside athletes at safety or receiver, I think if he plays them, that's him sort of like, and I would say arguably, almost certainly, from both the players and Cignetti in agreement about their future together, right? Because if I'm Byron Baldwin and I want to transfer, or David Chandler and I want to transfer, I'm going like hell. You think I'm going to go step on that field and burn this red shirt? I want to have that as like my own leverage to go transfer to some other top school, right? You're telling Cignetti to kiss your ass. So, and I don't even know if that's necessarily the way to read it entirely, but if they do play, I do think that's very much a mutually agreed upon. We're going to feature the two of you next year. That's why we're burning it now. We want to get you a little bit more reps because we're also probably going to play you in a Big Ten championship and a college football playoff. We want you ready to go, not only for those games, but then for next year. So you're a big part of the team. That's what I think we read into it if they play.
I like that take, that the fact that they can contribute this year. They can contribute in postseason.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to get them the necessary reps that I think will make them better football players for this year.
Yeah. For
Stop the
reference,
take out there.
for the audience members that may not know the exact rules, you can play in the postseason and not
Yeah.
mess with your eligibility rules. It's just about the regular season. They can play 4 games and still like have that extra year. So by playing them in the 5th game, now we burn that year, and they only have 3 more years after the season, regardless of the playoffs. But this is about playing them potentially to get them ready for the playoffs and or for next year.
Well, to your point, this is why we thought he might sit Wisconsin and play Purdue, because Purdue actually passes the ball. Like, they know what a forward pass is.
Right.
And so, like, Byron Baldwin might sit against Wisconsin because Carter Smith can't throw beyond 5 yards, which we saw, and then, like, Davian Chandler, he was maybe needed for Wisconsin. Hopefully he's, like, not as needed with Elijah Surratt looking like he's going to start. But Cignetti probably in the second half of this game is sitting starters, and it's a lot of reps. So I actually like your take. What I was going to go with, if he does play them, is that Cignetti's roster construction, he literally does not care beyond 2 years.
Sure.
Because I think he knows in the transfer portal era
and the NIL era, just like
in the NIL era, who cares? Like, yeah, if Byron Baldwin Jr. got hurt this year, we could medically redshirt him. But man, that for me, it seems like an easy choice to just have that just in case he got hurt his senior year, to allow him to come back his 5th year so that he could be better draft eligible, prove that he's back or whatever. Like, I would love that. But
and to be fair, I think
we trust.
If they don't play, if either of them don't play, I don't think that's they are definitely transferring type of a signal. I just think it's
No.
yeah. Well, I was presenting the opposite of like they're definitely back,
Yeah.
but I don't think the inverse is true either necessarily.
This isn't
like,
Julian Lewis at Colorado, who is
Right.
sitting out to be redshirted, and we all know what that probably means.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. See it. Yeah. I hope you had fun in your year in Boulder, Julian Lewis.
Yeah, it was probably great. And he was also young for his class, so it was like a college experience, and now he's just going to go be somewhere as a freshman redshirt quarterback, which would be quite interesting. All right, let's do our segment. How does Indiana win this game?
I think it's a very methodical game. for Indiana. I think we see a lot of Roman Hemby and Kaelon Black. I think we see some Khobie Martin. Pretty good run there. We had a banger of a tweet that everybody needs to go find and like on the Kirkwood and Gunn podcast feed on Twitter, with Marshawn Lynch just running through a motherfucker face over and over and over and over, over again. I think that's what's happening because Heisman Doza almost has it locked up. We'll see. The odds, the betting market certainly kind of is leaning that way. He's locked up.
Sayan's the only person that has a chance. The only
Right.
person. I'm sorry. I don't
Yeah.
like this Jeremiah Love propaganda that we're seeing.
No.
Sayan can go out
It's
and
only
ball
one.
against Michigan and then win the Big Ten championship
Right.
game, and he will win the Heisman.
So I think there's no, early in the year we're against Maryland or whatever, we're like, Heisman Doza, like make sure he gets the stats. He's booked the trip to New York City already. So like we don't need stats for him here. We need him and the whole team just sort of playing well, being healthy, ready to go for the Big Ten championship game, which means so much. I mean, you brought it up last week that I didn't even realize it too, that like Ohio State actually hasn't played in the Big Ten championship game in a number of years. But it still absolutely means way more to Indiana in that game for our program, our culture, where we're at than it does Ohio State. So I think Cignetti is going to be kind of slow playing some things here to just like, let's go in, take care of business, but if it's 35-7 and we don't even cover the 20.5 point spread, like it'll be okay. We got to get to December 6th at Lucas Oil.
Yeah, for sure. How do they lose this game?
I mean, the 3% chance. I mean, what did I say against Wisconsin? Like a terrorist attack would need to happen.
The first half, I was looking around. I'm like, what's happening right now?
I think we get like the actual Pizza King logo becomes like the Monstars from Space Jam, and Devin Mockabee turns into the giant Pizza King and like runs down our throats.
Well, he's not even playing, so.
Oh, is he really? He's sitting out?
Yeah, he's out. No, he's out. He's hurt. He's been hurt.
I didn't even realize he was hurt. See, this is how much I don't even care about Purdue football. They were like going to be lost. I didn't even realize he was hurt. So that's great because that Devin Mockabee actually I think is pretty decent, but there's 8 turnovers, injuries, wazoo. Like maybe the weather gets a little crazy. It does seem like you're going to get snow up in Michigan. I think we may have a glancing, but that'd be more on Saturday. By Friday night, I think is just kind of cold and windy. So, maybe something goes crazy here, but listen, my confidence is reflected in every analytical stat as well that says Purdue has a 3% chance to win this game. And that I think is generous.
Purdue's playing 2 quarterbacks. You never know. It didn't work for anyone else, but it might work for us. So it's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be an interesting game. And honestly, like I actually fully expect Purdue to like be feisty. Like they're not dead in the water like they were with Ryan Walters.
They're going to get up for the rivalry game. Like we're going to see some shoving after a whistle. We're going to see some, taunting, standing over a guy or whatever else. But like that's the first quarter. Okay, fine. We'll see how this full 60 minutes goes.
Quickly, go ahead and do your player of the game and prediction of final score because I want to talk other rivalries here.
My player of the game is Kaelon Black. I think he's the better running back right now. Honestly, I think he has been for a while.
Hope he's healthy.
I think he's healthier. He
got the stinger in the last game.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah. But that's a temporary thing. I think Kaelon Black is the player of the game. I've got IU winning 42-6. I think we get some sad boy field goals out of Purdue, but 42-6 is my prediction for IU.
So a team like Purdue, who had most of their roster transfer, they don't have Cignetti as their coach, so their transfer market was not great. They have no depth, depth at all. And I think Indiana wins this game 56-10 because I think in the second half when our backups are playing, Khobie Martin's playing, Alberto Mendoza's playing, like we are still going to be going hard in those games, especially for a kid like Khobie Martin who's an in-state kid, right? And so you want to you always love as an in-state kid
has a chance to cement himself as the RB1 next year, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think this is I'm not sure how much run Khobie Martin's going to get come playoffs, but like, if I'm Signetti, I'm looking at all my Khobie Martin tape, and I'm going to look at this tape and go like, yeah, okay, I don't need to add anybody in the transfer portal at the running back position. Like, we can be really good with him. So I think that's a good pick as well.
All right. Let's go talk about some other rivalries. You can see the order. I'm going to go in there, Tim, in our rundown because there are some big games that do have national implications. Next. All right. Rivalry week. There's big games happening. I think, can we both agree? Like, I saw Zach Osterman tweet this out yesterday, and a few others of like, with the playoff rankings coming out last night, Indiana, no matter what happens against Ohio State or other team in Big Ten championship game, if they beat Purdue, will be a top 4 seed. I think that's been pretty much decided for the last couple weeks. Like when Texas
Yeah.
A&M didn't jump us, I thought, okay, we are going to get a bye. Which we can have a whole conversation in December. Is it unfair that Indiana's not playing a home game in the
Yeah.
postseason? But we'll leave that for later. But we do want to see how the rest of the playoff bracket shakes out because it's really important. So we've got some big games going on, and I want to run through them and get your thoughts on the game and making sure that we're ready for it. Let's start in the SEC. Iron Bowl. Is Kaelon DeBoer the next Penn State coach because he loses to Auburn?
I don't think so. Like that feels a little, because I don't think Alabama would actually fire him. I think if he left, it would be him like actively choosing to like, thanks for the time.
This isn't working out.
Yeah. You're a great person, but I really appreciate the drinks, but I think we're in different places, right? It's that.
It's the whole like Penn State's offering me a job, and you walk into the AD's office and they're like, take it. Like like when Dwight, I might clip this actually. When Kaelon, like Dwight comes in, he's like, I just got a competing job offer, and Michael Scott's like, perfect. He's like, I didn't take it. He's like, no. You might see that on my Twitter
clip.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna see that later today. Yeah, I don't think that happens. That would just seem weird to me. I don't think Kaelon DeBoer is like a chicken shit like that, basically, to like run away from it. So I don't think that ultimately is what happens. I do think Auburn could play and win this game. It's kind of insane because Auburn's offense is booty, but they smartly last week were like, maybe we should just play our 5-star freshman super duper athlete quarterback instead of like Jackson fucking Arnold. Like,
Yeah.
Duh. They've got a stellar defense, a great defense. And so like at home, I think I heard the stat that Alabama hasn't won in Auburn.
By the way, they're not playing Deuce Knight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're playing their Stanford transfer. The only reason why he didn't play against Mercer was to protect his red shirt, but it was announced that the Stanford guy's going.
Okay. Well, that maybe changes my opinion on it because I've now followed it closely enough. So good prep by you. But it's a close game. Alabama has, I think, the most they've won by in Auburn is 3 points in the last decade.
Yeah.
So like,
you remember the what's his face pass at the end? Oh, I mean, what was the name of their quarterback that wasn't very good? That Jalen Milroe, like the last second throw against the Iron Bowl that would have knocked them out.
yeah,
yeah, that's what's ingrained in my head, and that was a much worse Auburn team.
You know, there's certainly a world where maybe this game ends up 27-20 and Alabama covers a 5.5 point spread, but I expect it to be a close, hard fought game and in Alabama maybe winning by a field goal.
Yeah, it would be hilarious. I always root for hilarity, and it would be fun.
Yeah,
if
it'd be very
Auburn
funny
won this game,
because then Alabama might very well be out of the entire playoff bracket. They could go from playing in the SEC championship game to out of the entire playoff bracket because it would be their third loss.
And DJ Durkin probably gets that job, and that would be even funnier because Auburn again will be firing their coach in 2 to 3 years. Like that is it. I love watching SEC programs implode. It is one of my favorite
The
past times.
drama in the SEC is
Yeah.
unparalleled.
Texas A&M, rivalry renewed. There is like, you want to talk about little brother complex in Texas? It's big time in Aggie land of looking at Texas. And like, even like, they got into this exclusive club and Texas wanted in and they tried to keep them out. And so all the 13 other teams conspired against Texas A&M to not tell them that they were letting the big brother into the club.
Yeah, we're letting the big dog into the house now. Uh-oh.
And now A&M has like their best team ever going into Austin. What do you see happening there?
And Texas is like frisky, you know.
They're better than they have. Well, they're good at home. They're good at home.
Yeah.
I think that's becoming
becoming very clear. And that's the problem here for Texas A&M. And after watching that first half Texas A&M had against South Carolina, oh boy, Marcel Reed, you better be ready for the house coming at you this whole game, because this is Texas. This is the only shot Texas has. They lose this game, they're not going to the playoffs. Like, they're very well out of it. But if they win this game, there's like a world where they can get in. So I think that you're going to get balls to the wall. Sarkisian's going to be running double reverses, hook and ladders. Like, I am high on upset alert for Texas A&M. This is going to be a wild game to watch.
I think the ranking came out last night that I think even if Texas wins, I don't know if they get in.
I think they might need like a little bit of help, right?
Yeah.
But
they don't control their destiny for sure.
Texas will have played. This is the narrative that will be spun. I already have it for you. It's locked and loaded, which is the committee will want to, because again, this is a money-making machine. They will not want to penalize Texas for going on the road week 1 and playing at Ohio State. And they'll go,
That's not why Texas isn't gonna like get in. Like they're not getting in because they got smoked by Georgia and they have no quality wins. And before you say, well, they would have beat Texas A&M, I'm gonna bring up that it's not it's no quality wins, and they played Mississippi State and Kentucky. They should have lost both games. Like, that is hurting them right now. But I'm gonna bring up, if they beat Texas A&M, everyone's gonna look around and go, wait, is Texas A&M any good? Because
a little bit,
right now,
yeah.
There's no reason to really think that they are that good.
You can't have Notre Dame in, who has 0 quality wins against anybody, and then leave Texas out when Texas will have at least beaten those teams and then beaten a Texas
Just
A&M.
beat Vanderbilt and Texas A&M.
Right. Which is still better than anything Notre Dame has done. So like that, I'm just telling you, that's this. If Texas beats A&M and is in the playoff, and people will be like, they're 9-3. How did they get in over like 10-2 BYU? That's exactly the line. Basically, the committee will pair it out, which is like very tough schedule, quality losses, which is like this thing now that people talk about. And they will not want to hold a non-conference sort of choose your own adventure style game, because this is the real truth, right? Which is like, if Texas would have just done what Kurt Cignetti does and many other programs do and just scheduled the College of Charleston, and then they beat Texas A&M, they're in. Like, they'd have 2 losses, they're in. That's just I
do not. I mean, yeah, I get your point. I don't think that the Texas losing at Ohio State is anywhere in the conversation right now. But to your point, what they are paying attention to, Tom Fornelli made this argument last night on the Cover 3 Reaction Pod. Texas's loss column against Michigan's loss column.
Oh,
Michigan's getting in because they are higher in the rankings, even though no metric says otherwise.
Yep. Yeah. Listen, this committee, because this college football playoff committee, we need to get back onto these games, but like, they are full of chicanery. They're going to use eye tests or whatever they want to do to put whatever teams they want to put in, and hook 'em horns. They will find a way if they want to.
Hunter Yurachek making 6-7 jokes last night. Just absolute clown. All right. Last 2 games I want to talk about really quick. Oregon, Washington. I am fascinated by this game because I want to see Oregon win again in convincing fashion. But Washington at home has been feisty. And if Oregon loses this game, do you think that Oregon will be out of the college football playoff picture at that point?
I don't think so. Um,
I
they'll
don't
have,
either. I think
yeah,
they're in no matter what, but
yeah,
seeding matters. And honestly, the higher I'm trying to think about this. Like, if Oregon drops, they will probably be what? A 10 because the ACC and
maybe.
the G5 will be 11-12. So it's like 10-9. And I'm like going, I don't want to play Oregon in the second round.
No.
Avoid Oregon.
Which
Be
is,
a 9. Notre Dame, Oregon in the 8-9 game.
but this is why
Or
it was
Ohio State.
critical that Oregon flipped with Ole Miss in this week's
Yeah, it was.
rankings. Because then you can just see the pathway. Indiana is the number 2 seed after they lose to Ohio State. Let's not have Oregon in the 10 seed to thus make a rematch. Let's drop them only to 9 to keep them in the other slot, which by moving them up, now you don't have to drop them as far. So I think Oregon's in short of like Dante Moore getting hurt and then them pulling like a Florida State type of a thing. I think Oregon's in.
If you want
No matter what.
Indiana to stay the 2 seed, regardless of the Ohio State Indiana Big Ten championship result, you're going to need Texas A&M to lose to Texas and potentially lose in the SEC championship game.
Yeah, but there's no world where Indiana wins the Big Ten championship and is the 2 seed.
No, I said if they lose to Ohio State.
You said
You just said
you
like,
literally said the words regardless. We are going to play that.
But what I'm trying to emphasize is like Bud
Yeah,
Elliott came out and his model says that Indiana's going to stay the 2 seed.
Yes, assuming Indiana loses to Ohio State. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you want to root for Texas today.
I agree.
And
yeah,
and
I
Oregon
want to.
and Oregon. You want Oregon to win. You want Texas to win. You want you got to make Indiana look good. And even if they lose to Ohio State, the committee goes, those are the 2 best teams in football right now. We're going to put them in 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Last rivalry game, the game, Michigan, Ohio State. I am living in it right now. This is my first year actually being like full-time up here. The game is in Ann Arbor. Town is sweat. Like every construction project in town ended this week. Like it was, this whole town had red cones and blocked streets, and it's like all done for some reason. Like it's like they circled this on their calendar. It is a weird feeling being in I would argue Michigan, Ohio State's the best rivalry in college football. The Iron Bowl is definitely considered up there. But I am experiencing the hate and the animosity, and it's there. And I'm going to say before you go, I'm in the same situation as last year where there's no reason Ohio State should lose this game.
None.
At
Zero.
all. And in fact, Ohio State or Michigan is better than they were last year. They actually have a body as a quarterback instead of like broken body Jack Tuttle.
Yeah.
And I am still sitting here going, Michigan might win this game.
Right. Because why am I supposed to believe in Julian Sayin? He might be very good and he might totally dominate this game. He might be. But there is the evidence of this season supporting Julian Sayin to play well in a big time game on the road against, I wouldn't say like the nation's best defense in Michigan, but like a very good defense. I ain't seeing it. I'm not seeing a dominant running game to help support a quarterback that needs a walking cane to go with him or whatever. Like, there's absolutely a world where Michigan wins this game. I think that happens if the Ohio State offense is so bad, because I do believe the Ohio State defense is still very, very good. And I'm looking at a Michigan offense that looks very dicey at times. And Bryce Underwood looks absolutely like a true freshman quarterback that doesn't know what to do and doesn't have receivers really that can kind of get open. He's, leaning a lot on Donovan McCulley. And then I'm looking at Caleb Downs and Arvell Reese being top 5 NFL draft picks in 4 months and going, they're going to be heat-seeking missiles against this guy. So this game, I think, is a dead under. Like, this is 6-3 could be this final score, if you ask me. But I am going to be fascinated to watch the differences in those units.
Andrew Marsh has emerged from Michigan. Like, he had like over 100 yards receiving the last couple
Yeah.
games. Like, that McCauley is still a threat, but like the Marsh kid is their now number one target. Can they expose? I mean, I'm watching this game with interest because I'm like, how is Indiana going to watch this game and try to approach it? How are they going to try to find spots or see it? We've been saying this for 3 straight weeks because we've known Indiana, Ohio State has been barreling towards each other for like 4 or 5 weeks. Can Michigan's defensive line get to saying? That's all I care
Yeah.
about. Like a
Yeah.
35% pressure rate. Thank you, Jamie Jordan's Hoosier Huddle article, IU Reactionary. 35% pressure rate for Indiana means that they can get to the backfield and they can pressure quarterbacks. Can Michigan do this against Ohio State? So I feel confident that Indiana can. If Julian Sayin is sitting in a pocket, completely untouched all game, even if it's a close game, I am gonna walk away from this going, Ohio State's gonna beat Indiana. There's not a path to success for me at that point. Happy to be proven wrong, but that's what I'm watching this game with rapt attention is like, can Julian Sayin actually be pressured?
I will really be watching, yes, from a like, I'm going to project everything about this game onto Indiana, Ohio
100%.
State in the Big Ten championship game or in the playoff. Like, thank you for participating, Michigan, and being the sparring partner for Ohio State. So we can get some good film on them. That's exactly the way that like I'm going to be watching this game. But boy, do I, last year was the year for everybody to just be like, thanks for coming out, Michigan. This is Ohio State. And then what happened? Ryan Day, Chip Kelly, all choked on the biggest stage. Will Howard was not good, even though he had a great offensive line, great running game. Jeremiah Smith, everything else, Emeka Ibuka, all the weapons, all the things, and then couldn't do shit. So this
Yep.
it's the matchup in
game.
my mind of the weekend. I cannot wait to watch this game.
Well, we will be watching. Hopefully, you're enjoying this podcast on today, or this is Thanksgiving Day. You're trying to avoid family, or Friday before the Bucket game. But we will be watching the Bucket game, tweeting about it. Follow us at TB Hoosiers or at ST McGee, and follow at Kirkwood and Dunn on Twitter. Tim, it's going to be a fun Friday night that we're going to take care of business so we can enjoy Saturday. Just sitting there, just mocking Ohio State the whole time and just getting our likes and engagement up. For Tim, I'm Trent. This has been another episode of Kirkwood and Dunn. Go Hoosiers. Piss on the fucking Boilermakers.